Cheers, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are having a great week. A weekday. Words are hard, apparently, for me tonight. Hello, hi, I'm Sean. Welcome to my stream. We're going to be playing Disco Elysium tonight. And if I remember correctly, the part that we're at is going to be chock full of startling revelations and lots of new information to push this case forward. So I'm looking forward to it. That said, if I remember correctly, because I have played this before, there's probably going to be some intense content here. So, like around sexual assault and stuff. So if that sounds intense to you, please feel free to check out. And no hard feelings. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, no, you didn't gain anything, Chaz. You just lost. I'm sorry. It is in fact Wednesday, sad to say, but regardless, we still have a 3-day weekend to look forward to. At least I do. And we were gonna go to a fireworks show this weekend because COVID's over, right? But it's so hot and dry here that they're talking about banning all fireworks in the state. So awesome. We are going to a baseball game. And in fact, I believe Oregon today opened the state back up. There are no more restrictions beyond public transit and a couple other random things. But today, finally, Oregon is back to normal, whatever that means. Which feels very weird to say because yes, I mean, it would be the most American thing to burn the state down, but I personally would prefer that did not happen. I moved here for the climate and the mood, and if the mood burns down, I will not be happy. So, yes, everybody, please don't light fireworks if you're in the Pacific Northwest this week, and celebrate America quietly. How's that? Chilly. Just calmly. We have a lot of state militias, or not state, but private militias in the state of Oregon, so that's not going to happen. They're going to blow everything up. Yeah. Anyway, I bought 6 Final Fantasy games today because Square Enix put the Pixel remasters up for pre-order on Steam. And instead of doing the sensible thing and waiting for reviews to hear how they are and what's new and interesting about them, I just pre-ordered the whole set for $75. So Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 will be out July 28th. And 4, 5, and 6 will be out later this year at some point. This will be the first time I'm aware of that Final Fantasy 1 and 2 have come to PC. I will be the one to inform everybody how they are. 3 and 4 are on PC already. They took the 3D remakes that they put out on the DS and put them on PC. If you guys watched my Final Fantasy 4 stream, you saw that version. But now we're getting a 2D pixel version of those two games. 5 and 6 are also on PC. They are ports of the mobile versions that came out on iOS and Android several years ago. Those are 2D graphics, kind of a smeary RPG Maker look to them. They're fine. They're just not particularly attractive looking. But those versions are actually being delisted next month, which is an interesting choice. I know people really weren't fans of them, but still, it's a little weird. These pixel remasters that they're putting out are also coming to mobile, so I assume that they will be replacing the current iOS and Android versions of 5 and 6 as well. So, bizarrely, they're not coming to consoles yet. I say yet, hopefully, because seems bonkers that they would not put these games on consoles, but Square Enix makes weird decisions about their older games. I was honestly shocked that they made these pixel remasters at all. And there's still lots of questions. Like, for example, the descriptions for Final Fantasy 1 and 2 say things like, this is on the Steam page I'm talking about. They say things like, this game is, this version is based on the 1987 version of the game and may not include content included in previous re-releases. What that probably alludes to is that Final Fantasy 1 and 2 were released for PS1, and I want to say some Game Boy Advance, perhaps, and then they were re-released on the PlayStation Portable, and then those versions were put on mobile. And along the way, they added things like extra dungeons and different gameplay features, bestiaries, things like that. So that statement implies to me that those extra dungeons and stuff will not be included. That was content I never really accessed before, so I'm not going to miss it exactly. It's just, again, a kind of odd decision. I know RPG Maker looks like Final Fantasy because they imitate Final Fantasy, but when the official Square Enix games come out looking RPG Maker, it seems awkward. Yes, go look up on Steam Final Fantasy 5 and 6. I think they've actually have the tag old version appended to the title. Find those versions and look at those sprites and those backgrounds. They're not great. They're not great. They're the versions of the game that I played, of 5 and 6, and the game is still good. The storytelling and the characters are still good, but visually they have none of the charm of the original Super Nintendo versions. These pixel remasters seem to be an entirely new re-implementation of the pixel art, I think. Based on what little I've seen, they haven't put out too many screenshots. Yes, that is the one. Yep, yeah. Again, it's fine. It's fine when you play it, but it's not like good looking. People complain about the font a lot. I can't say it's a very attractive font, and the pixel remasters, people are not happy about the font in those either. So they are more pixely looking, but it depends on where you look. Like sometimes they're still like oddly smooth, like sans serif fonts. It's just bizarre choices. So again, I spent $75 sight unseen on these, knowing all of these previously poor choices that Square Enix has made in the past. And I'm going to be the one to report on how these turned out. So with that said, I'm probably going to do a stream where I check these out. And in fact, they're coming out on a Wednesday, which is extremely random, which is a stream day for me. So yeah, I think July 28th, we'll have a Final Fantasy stream and check out these remakes. Yeah, Living Dangerously, you never know the performance of like high-res 2D pixel art games. It's just really strains the CPU. It's all right. I got my 3070. What do I care? Anyway, what else exciting is going on in the world of gaming? I saw that Sony purchased, I don't know how to say their name, Housemarque or House Marquee. They made Returnal and Super Stardust and Nex Machina. These did they make Outland? Did they make Outland? They did. I didn't know that. Anyway, Sony owns them now. Now I'm looking them up. Yeah. I honestly kind of thought they were owned by Sony already because I've only ever known them to make PlayStation games. So, and interestingly enough, when Sony announced this, they accidentally uploaded an image saying that they had acquired Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint is the folks who made the Demon Souls remake and the Shadow of the Colossus remake recently. Again, I would have assumed that they're already owned by Sony. So maybe Sony's just buying up, you know, their like second party studios, I guess is how I think of those. Is Naughty Dog owned by Sony? I can't even remember anymore. But again, they may as well be. So Microsoft is buying up everybody, and Sony is now doing the same thing. And meanwhile, Tencent is out buying everybody else in the meantime. So they are the real secret juggernauts behind the scenes of everything. And it's gonna be interesting seeing how that plays out in like 10 years. I see more and more Chinese games coming to Steam, and I have a feeling that's going to be like the next big the next big thing in like things that break through out from outside of the United States. You know, like we've had like Euro games hopping over, or like, you know, The Witcher and that kind of stuff. Obviously Japanese games have been big in gaming since the beginning. But Genshin Impact is a huge game, and it's Chinese, and I think we're going to be seeing more of those in the future, which will be cool. I mean, it'll be nice to get some new perspectives and aesthetics and stories and stuff, but people are going to have thoughts about it and opinions, so which is nothing new, but you know, I always dread hearing what the internet thinks. Meanwhile, I'm voicing what I think on the internet, so I am what I hate, apparently. So yeah, I think that's it in the world of gaming today. So let's play a video game. I've been thinking about having like a little segment at the start of the stream where I just talk about like gaming news and stuff, because I've always been the person who like checks out gaming websites and wants to keep up on the latest news. Like I love E3 time and conventions and reading interviews with developers and all that stuff. I love that shit. And I thought it would be cool to just like talk about random news I heard during the week and stuff. So maybe I will make a little breaking news overlay or something. I guess it would be breaking news, but we'll see. I like the idea of having a little segment devoted to that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, on to the video games. Okay, so when we last left off, we had been told that we can talk to the woman who was apparently raped by the mercenary who was murdered behind the hostel. Previously broken news with Sean Beeland as your host. Welcome. If it was previously broken news, does that make it repaired news? Fixed news? The Fixed News Network? I don't know. We can workshop that. We have time. Right. So we've been told. So these guys here, they admitted straight away, without any pressure, that they murdered the guy who was hung behind the hotel here. And they said the reason they did it was because a mercenary was getting handsy with people and eventually raped a woman. We've just been given access to this woman, and we're going to go talk to her and see what she has to say about things. And if I remember correctly, this sends the game hurtling forward towards its conclusion, so I'm excited. I just noticed Kim is sort of clipping into the curtain here. Monica's titties are big, apparently, so FYI. Anyway, let's go say hi. Maybe I don't need to have this humongous multi-tool equipped. Let's get our gear sorted out before we go chatting here. Let's see, what do we currently have? We got conceptualization, savoir-faire. I mean, that's maybe a good thing. I don't know. Let's do composure. do composure. Empathy could be good. Or more composure. Sure. All right. Let's just lean into that. How are we for shirts? Rhetoric? I don't know. I think what we want is visual calculus, actually. I feel like I remember that being something that's useful in this discussion. +1 logic. I mean... Yes, obviously, this makes me the most logical person. This jacket, this unfortunate plaid jacket. Fantastic timing on my part, then. I know nothing about the story, and I'm arriving as the concluding events kick off. No regrets. Yeah, no, we're definitely not going to finish the game tonight, but we are going to hit an exciting new phase, I think. So I'm looking forward to it. We last time we sort of wandered around. I felt like I was stuck, but we managed to push through. So life is good. Life is good. Maybe perception would be better here. Let's do that. Oh, not +2 drama. I mean, not the worst thing. Not the worst thing. -1 perception, +1 savoir-faire, but -1 visual calculus. No, I think we want visual calculus. We want the calculus. All right. I'm thinking we're good-ish for now. Wait, where do you? +1 logic? No. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, +1 visual calculus. Yeah, we're gonna do that instead of the logic. Okay. All right. I think we're ready, everybody. Get a good save going. Now, at the very beginning of this game, we had a chat with this woman we're about to talk to, and she was pretty chill for someone who'd, we learned later, had been allegedly raped. So let's see what happens here. Who is it? A woman's voice answers, muffled by the door. Tired, controlled. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up. The door's open, she shouts. I'm drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up. Ooh. Well, of course. All right, what do we got? Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes, a woman's. Hold on. We had a thought pop up. Okay, what do we got? She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. Wow, she's been here a while. That's interesting. Okay, what do we got here? You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there, right? Because we sent it on its way. This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. Well, let's look at the toothbrush. That's the most exciting thing by far. It's been used quite a lot. But not for scrubbing blood off tiles or anything else interesting, it seems. Well, vaguely disappointed. That hex wallpaper, I'm pretty sure that's the carpet pattern from The Shining. Really? Okay, well, we're going to look that up. The Shining carpet. It is very similar. It's not exactly the same, but it is very evocative of that. The colors are different, and the way that the outlines go is different. But yes, I will drop a link here. Good catch. I've only seen The Shining maybe once or twice, so I did not remember that. Excellent. All right. So no red rum here in the bathroom, it seems. It's clean of chemical odors too. Just some dried toothpaste on the handle. Okay, let's look at the medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet, and pill bottles next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. There's quite the collection in here. Anything of note? Kim asks in a lowered voice. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads Nacra. The only reason I recognized it was one day we had a huge conversation about that carbon in Havoc's Discord, so now the pattern is forever in your brain. Yep, that's how it goes. Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around. So let's whisper to Kim that there is Nacra. Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses. The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. You could say he's on the lookout. All right, pill sheets. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs, you find... What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. Oh. If our electrochemistry skill was higher, we would have no problem discerning what these are. But let's roll the dice and see what happens. Nope. Nothing of note. The further you look, the more arcane it gets. You don't know what the rest of this stuff does. All right, so potentially we can look again. I don't recall if there's anything actually interesting there, but, you know, who could say? All right, what do we got? The bed has been hastily made. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Run your finger across the surface of the glass. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced, Kim. Looks like it, yes. He adjusts his glasses. That whisper to companion option was... I've not played a lot of RPGs, but I've never seen any option like it. Dude, if you like dialogue-heavy RPGs, you have to play this game. You have to play this game. There are so many... Wolfie, hey, welcome, buddy. There are so many wild, wacky, and interesting, nuanced, like, dialogue choices. I've never played a game like it. I've heard that the closest thing it compares to is Planescape Torment, which I have not played. It's on the list. I will get to it eventually. The experience of playing it feels a lot like a visual novel, but somehow the number of skills and the dice rolls and all the different skill checks there are still, to me, makes it feel like a really chunky role-playing game. There's just no combat, which I think is great. It's legendary, right? I mean, everybody, loves Planescape. This is, according to some people, the next Planescape. So, at least in terms of both the quantity and quality of writing. It is also pretty damn weird. And I know Planescape is extremely weird. I mean, it's like D&D taken to the weirdest point, but this is an extremely weird game too. So, you should definitely play it. We are getting into like super spoilery stuff here, so if that matters to you, FYI. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. What's this mat? Wait. Why did that happen? Is there a loading screen to walk out onto the patio? Is that what this is? It is, in fact, a loading screen to walk out on the patio. Okay. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Okay. Another weird and lots of writing. Yeah, Sunless Sea. I've heard nothing but good things. I need to get to it. I don't know if I own it, but Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies. And then they did Fallen London, right? Like all good games from what I understand. Similarly, I don't know if they did it or somebody else did, but 80 Days Around the World, I think is supposed to be a really good, really weird kind of adventure game, or adventure. I don't know if it's adventure or RPG or what you would call it, but in a similar vein. Yeah. Let's look at this thing. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. An ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Okay, interesting. I don't think they did 80 days. I'll go check. Got it. All right, what are you? Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. Got even odds. Let's do it. Oh, the wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone. It's like our hand-eye coordination isn't bad, but I really wish we could have caught those. Oh well.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard. Right, there's a corpse here. Quick refresher. We were called here to investigate a hanging, a lynching. There's a body behind the hotel. We were here to investigate the murder. When we inspected the body, we discovered that the person did not die from the hanging. They died from the bullet lodged in their brain. The hanging was seemingly done to cover up this fact. We don't know. And like I said earlier, the Union boys downstairs instantly admitted to the murder. Kind of weird. So we'll see where this takes us. They did not do 80 days, but I can see it fits in that genre. I gotta stop talking about other games. I'm distracting myself from disco. That's right. All disco all the time. Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
Anytime. You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
We've been voicing our thoughts on the dark apocalypse, so we're going to keep doing that in this playthrough. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place. A third place, much different from our world.
A third place? Interesting. That's probably why the cleaning lady quit.
It's true.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few.
Ostentatious Orchestrations is a disco band in this world, from decades past.
Oh yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck-it-all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll. I guess we're responding with the lyric, I think. So now I have questions about the setting. Is magic and hell portals and shit a real thing here? So, nothing that overtly fantastical. However, we did learn that in this world, the world is kind of divided into pockets of reality. It's a planet, I think, but there are islands of reality separated by oceans of nothing. is the best way to describe it. And they call this nothing the Pale with a capital P. And there are airships that can travel to different islands. You know, they can travel through the Pale, but it fucks you up when you go. Like, people who are exposed to it for too long, they kind of start losing their mind. We've also learned that the Pale is growing. Slowly, but inexorably. And people know this, and there's really nothing they can do about it. They don't really understand it. It's not really clear how long this has been happening. It's only in the last few centuries that they've discovered other pockets of reality. So yeah, it's a very interesting just background detail to the world. Like, this game, the plot is not concerned with that metaphysical stuff. It's just, oh, by the way, the world is very, very, very slowly fading into nothingness. So that's the most distinctive bit of world building in the game I've ever encountered. Yeah, you are Detective Man. That's all that matters. But meanwhile, the world is literally fading into nothingness. So, yes. Okay, so she quoted a lyric to us. Life gets hard, but we go on. We'll just say, we'll go with optimistic. Well, it's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on.
I can see that. I'm glad all this onward going has brought you to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Lady Gamegaw, rating. Welcome, everybody. How is everybody doing? Get a shout out going. Everybody, if you're not already, please go follow Lady Gamegaw. She plays retro games and Nintendo games and single-player games and so many games. One of the most joyfully vulgar people I've ever met. I love her, and I think you'll love her too. How is your stream, lady? How's the day going? How is countdown to new job going? We are about to interview a woman in game here about some pretty intense stuff, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting indeed. I've never seen so many emotes in my chat before. I absolutely love it. Joyfully vulgar, that's right. You have returned to watch the Forbidden Game. Welcome back, Dame. Yes, the disco cannot be stopped, and I'm having a great time, and I hope you all are as well. Perfect description. And Holly, I've never heard the most accurate description. I just call it like I see it. What can I say? Yes, we've been explaining the entire plot and world to Chaz here, and it's been, honestly, it's fun to share the weirdness and the excitement. We're investigating a murder. Some people admitted to the murder. The person was hanged, but did not die from hanging. They died from the bullet wound, or from the bullet in their head. And every answer leads to 5 different new questions. So it's that kind of mystery. Gotta get some frames for your wife's art. Oh, awesome! Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, we found that it's sometimes hard to get frames for that art for whatever reason. I guess the sizes are weird or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I can't wait to see it, and I'm glad that you like it. It's just really awesome, like seeing her stuff out. So for those of you who don't know, my wife does digital art, and let me get a link because I'm going to put it in here, and y'all can check it out. She does watercolor and digital art, and puts those designs on prints and T-shirts and mugs and all kinds of stuff. So go check it out. Some of you might like it. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Society 6, but you can get designs on all kinds of different stuff. Mugs and journals and notebooks and prints and wall hangings and all kinds of good stuff. So check it out, and hope you all like it. Who admitted? Who shot? Okay, all right. So a man was hung, or was lynched behind the hotel. Okay, the Union boys in the hotel admitted to the murder. When we examined the body, we found that there was a bullet in this man's head. So he died from being shot, not from being hung. So it seems like he was hung to cover up the shooting, which is interesting. And the reason that we were given for him being murdered was that he sexually assaulted a woman. This woman, who we are about to talk to here. That was the justification given to us. So we're going to dig into that and see what happens. It's going to be intense. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll be right back. Gotta pee after all this tea I've been drinking. Dude. Cheers. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yeah. My wife's been working on this stuff for a few years now. I have the normal day job, and she works on the art full time. So it's a pretty sweet setup. I think we both work from home, even before the pandemic, and I would not have it any other way, honestly. Who fessed up to the murder? So there is a group of union enforcers hanging out in the hotel, and they admitted to the murder. I mean, right, like straight up, they just said, yeah, we killed him. So the question is, what are they lying to us about? Because obviously they're lying about something. So we found 8 sets of footprints around the body. There are only 7 union members. So who's the 8th person? Why was this person hung after he was apparently shot? So many questions. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. Kim says to the woman, Mike, welcome in, man. How you doing? Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. He looks down at the yard. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you. The people being the union enforcers who put him up there.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette. It's like she's disappointed this wasn't about more entertaining matters. Yes, Smith brand. I only heard of this tea when we moved to Oregon, but I don't know if it's actually only out in Oregon. So, but it's pretty good. They have a bunch of black teas, a green tea, and they have this this meadow tea, which is like it's an herbal tea. I don't recall what's in it exactly, but it's very good. A little bit of honey. It's excellent. Okay, so what is your name, miss, for the record? Classe Amandu. Same name that Titus gave you. Like her accent, it sounds Oranye's. Her birthmarks also signal Oranye. You don't know why, but Oranye's girls tend to come speckled with them. Okay, I'm back. Oh, you're in Oregon. How's that heat wave? Calming down? Yes, it has calmed down. The worst is behind us. It's going to be in like the 80s for the rest of the week, so I can live with that. We have AC, so it was definitely a lot easier for us to deal with than a lot of other folks. But yeah, it got unbelievably hot, especially for this area. I do not recommend being in 115 degree weather, I just gotta say. I've been drinking crap tons of tea. Today I drank Tazo Mint Majesty and Twinings JT. That sounds awesome. Tazo has a mint tea that I like. I don't think it's Mint Majesty, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is. We haven't had it in a while, so I don't remember. But I do like Tazo tea. That girl Joey was saying 47 one day, which yes, yeah, it was that hot. I think I've experienced like 108 degree weather before this, but I've never experienced like 115 before. That's just unreal. And like the next day when it's only 95 degrees, you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. Just like blows your mind that you're saying that kind of stuff. Jade citrus mint. No, it was some kind of mint tea. Don't quote me on anything I'm saying about the Tazo stuff. I know I've had some and I know I liked it. And I thought it was mint, but I'm not 100% sure. Jade citrus sounds really good though. Is that like a citrus green tea kind of deal? Because that also sounds really good. I really like tea now that I'm drinking it a lot more often. And I'm glad that streaming gave me an excuse to drink more, because working from home, my poor voice is not used very often. So all this talking that I do in one stream is probably more than I do. All of the on-stream talking I do is probably more than the entire rest of the week combined. So that's how my days normally go, in silence. Tried any more of Lapsang Souchong? Not yet. Reason being, it was too fucking hot for tea until recently. So this weekend, I'm definitely going to try some more. And I'm probably going to try it with the milk, like we talked about. I haven't bought oat milk yet to try with it, but I want to try it with a little bit of cream, maybe a little bit of sugar, and see which way I prefer it. It's like a lemon verbena green tea. Oh, with some mint notes. Oh, that sounds amazing. I've bought a lot of tea lately based on people's recommendations here, and I cannot physically drink all of it fast enough, so I'm making notes of all these, and one day I hope to get to them, but I have too much tea. I can't drink it all. So okay, this was Twining's Jade Tea. Okay, and hold on, let me finish writing. I don't write by hand. Who writes by hand anymore? And the Tazo Mint Majesty. That's right. Yeah, I have an ongoing list now. Also, this has nothing to do with the contents of what's in this notebook, but I would just like to point out that I have a notebook titled Daily Disappointments, and I also have another one called Fresh Rants. Again, no relation to what's actually contained within them, but they make me smile every time I see them. So I recommend you also get some notebooks with goofy titles on them. I had lychee and jasmine ice green tea, but it was limited edition, so they don't sell it anymore. But you can just extra appreciate it, knowing that you had that memory. I really miss when we sold youthberry tea at Starbucks. I realized they sell it in store, so I'm gonna go buy that. I have not heard of that one. Sounds like a new redemption for you. Suggested tea. Oh man, that is a great idea. Right. You know what? I'm looking at my channel redeems because I haven't in a while, and wait, I do have a tea channel point redemption. But it's pricey. So thank you for the reminder, Arnie. And yes, that will. Okay, so we have a what's the tea redemption, and if you redeem it, you can recommend me the tea of your choice, and I will get it. I will move it to the top of the priority list, and then I will drink it on stream for you. Obviously, this will be a delayed gratification thing for everybody involved, but that is a redemption that you can redeem if you so choose. So, right. It was so good, I didn't expect them to stop selling it. Youthberry sounds like a conspiracy. It's true. No, so, Arnie, I forgot as well, so it's all good. I a couple 2-3 weeks ago, I went through and redid all my channel redeems and promptly forgot about all of them. So it's good that we've reestablished this together. Yeah. Okay. So this woman is from Orianye, I think is how you say that. This is a fictional world, so I have no idea where these places actually are. But okay. So are you from Orianye? Right, sir. Bredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I'm an Oranien's expatriate. Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranien's map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then dissipates. Something for later. Interesting. The dead man had a very interesting tattoo on his like torso that seemed we learned later seemed to indicate battles he's been in, like the location of. It's like a map on his chest. So good to know, I guess. What is Oranje? A bad memory, officer. The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Mundi Isola, north of here, over the sea, and across the Pale. Okay. This is just a bunch of lore here. Map is more creative than a tally. I agree, but a map of battles is disquieting, to say the least. I try to make as many of my redeems as possible automated actions, then I don't have to remember them. Well, you are correct, Joel. I still need to look into the ones we were talking about the other day. But yeah, I just threw some darts at a bunch of ideas, and we'll see what sticks. But yeah, now I'm excited. Somebody needs to redeem this T1 because now I'm excited to do it on stream. People consider it blah blah blah. Okay, a bad memory of what? She said Oranye's is a bad memory, officer. So a bad memory of what? So is a tally, especially if it's big C, especially if it's big C into the Badlands. I'm not following. I'm sorry. Oh, we're talking about the tattoo as opposed to a list. Yeah. Okay, I will make a note about Into the Badlands. Yeah, I'll check that out later. But yeah, I mean, it was apparently like a tattoo of stars, but the physical locations were all like a map of places this guy's fought, which is, yeah, weird. It's a TV show where these guys have tattoo tallies of all their kills. Yeah. Yeah. So this place was a bad memory of what? Of lilacs and lightning. She squints her eyes as if to see them in the distance. Parks, glass, duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there, and night. At least it was for me. That's an evocative sounding place, though. What's so bad about that? Right. Kim's asking the right questions here. Nothing, if you're no longer there. All right, fair. How old are you? I'm 28. She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization? Something stupid. Like what? Oranien's lit. Oranien's literature. It's what I studied at the university. She raises both eyebrows. Well, what is that about? Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranien's. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes. Probably true. Probably true. What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters. So yeah, Revacholian literature as well? No, she seems glad that you asked. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world. We are in the city of Revachol, by the way. It's about how you have to save the world. I have no intention of doing that. That's just a phase the Revacholian hero goes through. She breathes in the menthol-flavored fumes, savoring it, then breathes out before they plunge into full-core humanity and world-saving. She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault, but of course what seems should not be your priority. Alright, so what do you do with Oranien's lit? I guess we're just going to go down this rabbit hole. Just found a pack of noodles in my room that I apparently forgot to take to the kitchen. Not what I was expecting to find. I mean, are they still good? I mean, it could be a good dinner. Are we talking like instant ramen? Because that sounds delicious right now, I'll be honest. Nothing. I do nothing with Oranien's lit. How do you make money then? Money is very important. Let's show her some money. Cool. She looks at the black note in your hand. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranye's lit. Just one of those Instapack things. Still good. Excellent. I love that. Being what, miss? Many things. I was a roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje, 37. She smiles. Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical. Can we take a look at your passport, please? I'm afraid you can't, officer. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Oh. Thank you for your candor. Why? Why would you do that? Of course, she's very symmetrical. Makes perfect sense. They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Well, how do I know you've told us your real name? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Classier Amandu. It's a weird name. She seems to be telling the truth, sire. Okay. Okie dokie. She pours herself more coffee. If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements. Alright, thanks. Nice room you got here. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. What are you doing here in the whirling in rags? I'm wintering. I mean, I think it's winter here, so why is she here? How long have you been staying here? She calculates. About 4 months. I came in November. The bills downstairs concur. Why here? Here in the Whirling? Here in Martinez? Or here in Revachol? Yes to all three, please. Here in the Whirling. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez, and because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. It's good excuse. You have quite a collection of drugs down there, miss. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it, she says, without any discernible irony. Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard? With money, sir. She takes a drag. It's not exactly the anti-star-sized caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there. Okay. The anti-star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse. Alright, so your collection includes an opioid antagonist. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids. She's very blunt. I'm entertained. Is that something that happens to you often, miss? His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive. Better safe than sorry. She takes a drag and smiles. That is quite a non-answer, I gotta say. That window is new. It is. She moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it. It's a great sentence. Took so many opioids he eventually morphed into a corpse. I know. She's very blunt. Yeah. I didn't do that on purpose. My superpower is accidentally making puns. I can never do them on command. Yeah, no, there are so many, like, delightful little bits of dialogue and stuff. This is a very well-written game. The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. Okay. Other questions? Okay. She takes a pensive drag of her cigarette. Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke. They tell us you were raped. It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? It's 2024, ma'am. Is it? Squinting, she takes a look around. The sun sets in the sea. Long shadows pass over the plaza below. It is evening. She looks into her coffee cup. Time flies, man. You are correct, Havoc. So were you? Yeah, she draws out the word. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him. By him, she must mean the victim. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more. She searches for the word, then shrugs. Rapeable. By they, she means the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys are the Union enforcers we mentioned earlier. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery, sexual assault maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Okay, so seemingly she was not raped, and she was asked to say she was to justify the apparent murder. Okay, so Titus asks you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands, warming them. Are you sure you weren't raped? I'm 89% sure. So you're not sure. You know how it is. Do you? How is it then? She flicks a bit of ash away. Maybe you don't know. The ash lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off. There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer. In conclusion, officer, I'm going to go with a mild to medium not raped here. Okay then. She takes a long, hard drag of her cigarette and stretches her neck. You hear cracking in her shoulders. So what did happen between you and the victim? We partied. What kind of partying? The kind I do? With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh. Okay, no one parties harder than me. Please, you're alive and 50. I've known people who party so hard they're dead at 14. She stops to take a short drag. Man, the kids are showing us up, aren't they? What no one does on your level is hitting the repeat button, I'll give you that. And maybe room trashing. No, Havoc, we don't know yet what it is, but I don't think it's that specifically. What we know so far is that she was asked to spice up some encounter she had in order to justify an apparent murder. All right, what did you do when you partied? We drank, sir. She takes a sip of her coffee. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. They one-upping each other on bad partying hard. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where the conversation was going, but I kind of put a stop to it. So you were lovers? I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word, but there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be. Okay. How did you two meet? The lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm. Downstairs, she taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. At the bar, he was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. He had a cool, scary scar. My current suspicion is they conspired to make a murder victim look like a villain so the murder would not be questioned, perhaps even applauded. I do like your theory, Chaz. When was this? A month ago? Something like that. So it must have been hard for you, point to the yard, seeing him there, hanging from the tree. Oh yes, she says bitterly. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams. I suspect she was assaulted, but doesn't want to justify the murder. Yeah, I also like that theory. So did y'all hear about cops getting partner codes for Ring? I did hear. I saw headlines about it. I couldn't bring myself to read about it because it sounded too depressing, but yes, I did hear that. I will probably never get one of these smart doorbells. There's just too many privacy issues with those things. I mean, that's how I feel about basically all smart devices. So, and yes, I have a smartphone that's listening to me all the time. I get it, but I have to draw the line somewhere. I don't know what that means. The Ring doorbell that Amazon owns, I think. So it's got like the camera, so you can like look on your phone, see who's ringing the doorbell, and record who comes up. The justification is you can see who's at your door. You can record things so you can see like who's dropping off packages, who's stealing your packages. All that stuff. It's like a home surveillance thing, and it's connected to the internet. And some cops, I guess, apparently were given access codes to these things. Also, yeah, they're unsecure. Yeah, no, I'm sure you're right, Havoc. I'm not familiar with these things because I don't have one and don't want to get one, so I haven't really been keeping up on it. But yeah, it's a mess. I would certainly be interested in alternatives, but yeah, from what little I know about it, it just doesn't sound like something I want to like put on my network. They were to sell them on commission. Yeah, okay, got it. I hadn't caught that bit of it. Very concerned face. Yeah, it doesn't seem right. I maybe would consider. No, see, I wouldn't even do that. I was gonna say maybe I consider getting like the Apple HomePod thing, but like I wouldn't even get that. I mean, I don't have a use for those things anyway, like the Alexas and the other smart speakers and things. But yeah, I just don't want those around. An email surfaced from Ring to a cop where they said you're like 11 commissions away from getting our entire product line for your home. So I assume the idea was that the cops would like advertise these things and sort of scare people into getting them. I've heard there are companies now that like are like what would you call them? Like private neighborhood security forces that sell their services to residents in a neighborhood through scare tactics, of course. It's all very dystopian. I wish I could remember the name of the company I was reading about, but they're very pushy and it's like if Nextdoor sold, like Nextdoor.com, the terrible social network, like sold security services for neighborhoods. That was kind of the deal. And the best way to like get people to buy your service is to make them scared of crime and, people who don't look like you and that kind of thing. So, Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, Karen. It's all just so gross. It's extremely gross. So yeah, it's certainly hearing about that stuff. It's certainly very interesting playing a game where you are a cop investigating things and the people do not like you here. I mean, that's a pretty common trope in these stories, but still, it rings very differently from after the past several years. Absolutely. I mean, I think every piece of media that focuses on police feels very different to look at nowadays. But yes, it's all bad, basically. They have mesh networks. The neighbor's system can link to yours and look in on stuff. Yeah, and did you guys see that Amazon was going to make it so that I forget what specific smart device it was, but it was like, we're just going to start sharing your Wi-Fi with everybody. And you had like a deadline to opt out of it or something. Otherwise, like you just didn't have a choice in the matter. Like, yeah, that's why I don't want those things like around. I don't want to not have control of my devices, There's a company that has a voice control device that provides more privacy, but it's quite expensive. Which company is this? Is this the Apple HomePod or whatever they call it? But under the guise that if your neighbor were to order something on the edge of his Wi-Fi edge, on the edge of his Wi-Fi edge when they were to order Amazon stuff. But yeah, it's super unsecure. Josh AI, interesting. It's loading extremely slowly at the moment. But I'm definitely curious. I mean, I love tech, you know? Like, we're all nerds here. I love this stuff, but I don't want to, like, open myself up to, like, the entire neighborhood. Yeah, it's a mess. Anyway, now we got on that topic. Let's continue our police interview here. A bitter cringe. It hurts. Right, she's remembering seeing the body of her lover hanging from the tree. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer. You called us, the RCM. Oh. Okay. Lawmakers are not nerds and people who don't understand making the decisions. Absolutely. 1000% correct. So there's been an ongoing question here of who actually called the police into the city. When we arrived, the body had been hanging for like a week and nobody had called the police. I think we've just discovered that she called the police. She'd seen this person hanging for a week and finally couldn't take it anymore and called the cops, even though she probably knew what had happened. That's interesting. All right. Yep, she admitted to it. Let's say nothing. Yeah, who made the call? That was one of our quests, like to find out who made the call to the police. I made it. She nods, and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching. Yeah, I bet. Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss. Okay, fair question. If it's snitching, then why do it? Because I couldn't handle it anymore. She takes a drag, her voice thick with disgust. None of these people called it. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him. So yeah, the caller's voice was disguised. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it? With nail clippers, and I diverted some radio fuzz into the cold wire. That seems like a very technical thing to do, but okay. Oh, so she's Gart's mystery phone cutter. Right, the hotel manager was like, who cut the phones? What a jerk. No, now we know. Yeah, and in the process, you broke the landline downstairs. Did I? She looks into her coffee. Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever, crossing the lines like that. We can say this because the interfacing portion of our personality is smart enough to understand how clever that was. That was nifty. Thanks. She manages to smile. She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills. Why go through all the trouble? I don't know, sir. I was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. Oh, and he'd be so pungent and... Ugh. All right, what can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age? I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him, like he is now. Can't talk about his, I don't know, hair. Another puff, more nervous. I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later. So we got a task to do that later. Okay, all right. All right, so what did they hang him for, if not the rape? He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing, she thinks, but you probably know all about it. So there's been an ongoing strike at the harbor nearby. And we did learn that one of the people who is agitating and trying to get Scabs to break the strike is another mercenary. We also know that there is a third mercenary somewhere who we have not met yet. So we have one mercenary we've met, one we have not, and one who is very dead. So, and his role in this strike was what? I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean, but I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it? She nods. Wow, okay. Why was there a bullet in his head? Bullet? There's a silence. Her brows meet in the middle for a pained frown. They shot him, too? I'm not picking up any theater craft here, sire. The pause is sincere. They stripped his clothes and they shot him. You mean after they hanged him? I'm confused, sorry. Okay. So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss? Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender. Right, we called Sylvie earlier because we thought she had called the police in. Maybe we'll be making another call to her at some point. This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night? Where were you when this happened? Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. Okay, so how do the Hardy Boys know you? They're frequent guests downstairs. She looks at the floor. It's tarred. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Well, you're right, but how did you meet them? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party? A little, yeah. Titus Hardy told me he slept with Classe here, so we knew this. Like you partied with the deceased? Yeah. No, not as hard. I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys? I have. Which one? Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. All right, thank you for telling us all of this, miss. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. Should we head back downstairs, officer? The lieutenant looks at you. We may have things to discuss there. I had something else before we go. A little thing. She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth. Oh. We have a volition check to look her in the eye. If we fail it, we can do it again. But maybe we can boost our volition and see what we got. Why not? I'll be here until 2300, drinking coffee most likely. So it's almost 2100. Let's see if we can boost our volition maybe, and see if we can do that skill check. And then after that, we'll talk to... well, we'll check. There's a door nearby I want to look into, and then we'll talk to Kim, see what he thinks about everything. Okay, let's put on the goofy armor because that's +1 volition. That might be all we have in that. Oh, we also have a terrible tie. Okay. You forgot the hat. Oh, I didn't forget the hat. Now we have a terrible tie as well. Armored gloves and shirt, because of course. So, yeah. Fashion is strong in this game. Let's quick save and let's talk with her again.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
The voice acting is extremely good. All right, let's ask her. Let's look her in the eye. Nope. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearrange into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. You will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Oranje, disco dancer, you want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch. What is happening? Nothing, just time passing. Don't worry. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. Am I being beguiled? She presses her elbows against her wrist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. Well, let us... This description is so very functional detailed. And I don't know if it's clear, but every single one of these pertain to a different facet of our personality. So every bit of our brain is commenting here. Not every bit, but several different facets of our personality are commenting here. Avert your eyes. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds. Okay, well, if we boost our volition, we can try that again. All right, let's check out this door here. This is a small, heavy door. There is no lock in sight. Yeah, Jazz, I think you should play this video game. It's really good. Let's push. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy. Must be something valuable inside to go through the trouble of protecting it. The door is very sturdy indeed. Where does this lead to? I don't know, Lieutenant. He makes a note. I disappear for a few minutes and the whole chat turns into cybersecurity and corporate kickbacks to the police. I always miss the good stuff. I'm sorry, Matt. You know, timing is everything in this world, and sometimes we hit it and sometimes we don't. It is not the first closed door you found in this building. There's also your mysterious blue kitchen door. Right, we have a locked kitchen door we wanted to investigate. Simple solution, don't disappear. Right, I mean, don't miss anything. Ever. And, I mean, it's easy, right? Cam, do you think this door is important? I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. It's true. Stupid real world gets in the way. It's true. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and he nods towards the young woman. A number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. The door is part of it. It's not unimportant. So maybe the door below is a mega investigation. No, still a mini investigation. He pretends to make a note in his notebook. Oh boy, 3% chance to kick this door in. Maybe if we boost our physical instrument. I mean, we've already failed another check there, so I'm not confident, but can't win if you don't play. So let's see if we can get that boosted at all. Physical instrument is what we're looking for. There we go. What are you? Pain threshold. Oh, this is also physical instrument. Let's wear the metal shirt because of course. That boosts it. All right, this is as good as we're gonna get. Whoops, wrong button. Well, we went from 3% to 17%, so let's try it. Oh my god, we did it. Check success, everybody. Something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound. It is true. That was a very good sound. Nice. The young woman nods. Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in? I thought it was an aces low moment, Kim. I don't know about that. The lieutenant smiles an uncomfortable smile. Let's see. Oh, let's open the door. All right. A good murder investigation always needs a mysterious door to walk through. Oh, we are here. Okay, I'm like looking at the screen. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay, cool. All right, let's start poking around. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. Oh, somebody was peeking in the room? That's interesting. Gonna get some sleep. Have a great stream, Sean. Thank you so much, Older Than Joel. Sleep well, and I will hopefully see you soon. You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere. I think I can see into Classe's bedroom from here. He leans closer to inspect the peephole. You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, he points to the marks nearby on the floor. Definitely suspicious. What were those people doing in there? You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. Okay, let's keep investigating. We got footprints. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike everything else here, are new. So I know I'm probably super late to ask, but are you basically just trying to figure out who's telling the truth? Yes, it is absolutely a murder mystery. There are, goofy side stories, kind of spiraling out from everything. But yeah, we are investigating a murder while also trying to recover our memory, because before the game started, we drank ourselves into an amnesiac state. So we're trying to figure out who we are while also trying to solve a murder. So someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week, too. Officer. He looks at you. Oh, hey, we leveled up. The blue door was a mega investigation after all. It is now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large. Excellent. All right, what is the amnesiac hangover experience I assume you're referring to? I don't know if that sounds exciting or terrifying, but I hope you're feeling better regardless. All right, Kim, what does this mean? It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route behind our rape victim's room in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant. Apparently playing Diablo at the end of my stream last week after Jackbox completely left my memory. Holy shit. I have never drank so much that I've lost my memory. I'm fine with this. I have no idea what that would be like, honestly. I do have a terrible memory, to be clear, but alcohol, to my knowledge, has not played a part in that. All right, let's have a closer look at these footprints. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. The sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. So when I signed on to continue playing, I was like, why am I this far in the game? That's amazing. I had to go back to the VOD to confirm that's what I did. Incredible. I can't say I've experienced something like that, but at least it sounds pretty harmless and fun. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom made or old-fashioned. That's interesting. Shoe size is 41, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is. All right. Prints look like one person went back and forth. Between that, he points to the elevator doors in the corner, and that, he points to the barred door. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim. He inspects the tracks closer. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. Ah, interesting. Huh, okay. So it doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom made to me. Or some kind of foreign print? Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Okay. Let's move on. What else do we got? We have a pinball machine? Yes, pinball machine. All right. Got a chest of drawers. Oh, with a a pinball maker's coat. Excellent. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Okay. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. We've got a window, I assume. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. And now we have an elevator. Oh, this is a cool... Oh, right. Okay, so this is the locked blue door that we found earlier. We could not get through, so now we have found our way in. This pinball is white Diora. The black back glass shows a female figure in mourning. Weird. Oh, found some money. Money's good. All right, so can we get out of here now? This door is connected to the one upstairs, but how do we get through? Must be a key somewhere, the lieutenant says. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door. Huh. So did we miss a key back here? Why don't we level up while we're here? Right, it was volition. Oh, we can't put any more points into volition. Volition was what we would have used to look her in the eye or whatever. So it looks like that is not an option, unfortunately. Okay, let's put another point into visual calculus. Why not? Okay. I really want to unlock this door, though. Let's, Let's try pushing it. I'm going to bed, finally. Been a heck of a day. Wolfie, sleep well. I know it's been a hard day for you, buddy, so I hope tomorrow is better for you. And, look forward to seeing you again. All right, let's try to push on the door. It does not budge. Okay, all right, so. Well, we have to go back this way. Get out, it seems. Oh, look in the elevator. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There's a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, last maintenance, 10 July 88. In this world, that's like 70 years ago or something like that. The elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop. Okay, look at the controls. There are large rectangular buttons. Monter, Descendre, and an international call for emergency assistance. The third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Konigsteiner lift company that went out of business a long time ago. Last maintenance was in 88. That it does, Lieutenant peeks in. I say, let's brave it. This was maintained a long time ago. At the end of the last century, he nods. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Max 5. No biggie. If we fall down this elevator shaft, not going to ruin our day. Or at least our year, let's say. It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic. So it was mostly pinball machines riding this elevator. Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator. He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. All right, let's go up. And actually, let's go ahead and talk with Kim here, since we've been
Looks like we
inadvertently
have
putting
more
that
to
off.
discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all of that? What else could she have said? Or what else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. She seems candid. That is a true statement. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor, with some facts thrown in, draws attention away from whatever one chooses to admit. Fair point, Kim. Fair point. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. Oh. So this is where they brought faulty pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. So this was a pinball workshop. Fascinating. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. He taps his foot. A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it. Remember the dice maker? Then that means... Ah, okay. The Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. He makes a note in his notebook. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure, but I do like a nice little connection. See, Kim gets it. Just connect the dots. That's all we really want in this world. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection. Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He looks around. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. Has gained the doomed hostel? He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this, and that's really all that matters, right? Is it interesting? Are we mildly entertained? Then that's all we need, apparently. All right, let's head back out this way. Let's just continue outward. Oh, wow. Okay, we didn't even walk to that. All right. That's fine. Okay. Nothing new to inspect in here. So we're gonna go talk to the hotel manager, tell him about the pinball machine that we found, and then if the Hardy Boys are still there, we'll go chat with them. I believe we have some stuff to do at this time of night. It's past 2100, so I think we have 2 appointments for 2100. Could be wrong, but okay, let's go talk to Gart here.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. We sang karaoke here earlier, in an earlier stream, so he's acknowledging that. The church is my past.
Cool. Now, what can I do for you?
Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling. So the song is called "The Smallest Church in Saint-Saëns." I probably said that incorrectly, but yeah, It was a very, very sad song about loss and mourning. So it was fun. I should probably, oh God, I don't even know if the VOD is still up. I should probably clip that scene because it's just extremely entertaining. All right, what did we see in the whirling? Gart, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay. Well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. He's really, really holding himself back here. That's hilarious. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door. Gart, aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Pinball machines. Ha, I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here, too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean? Okay, chat. I haven't given the option to choose dialogue response, and I feel bad about it, so we're going to do it now. What are we going to respond with here? Why? Do you want to play a game? Because I might be up for a game. Or we can say, pinball is not relevant to the investigation, sir. Or we can say, pinball is stupid. So, let me know what you think. Either type it in chat or select it from the plug-in here. And I will go with whatever you all say. I have played pinball a few times, and I am terrible at it, but there's something compelling about it regardless. Alright, didn't check. I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If he found pinball machines there, he was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one. I feel a capitalist plot coming up. Capitalist plot, he rolls his eyes. The pinball we have in the corner now is broken. I want to diversify the entertainment options. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. You should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things. Okay, let's warn him that his hotel might be haunted. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows of the doomed commercial area. Interesting. And its address. He's thought about this. So you know of the curse? Everyone knows of it. Oh, okay. Sorry. The whirling is listed on the intercom outside. I tried to call and I couldn't reach you. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Hold on, not once. Isn't that already a sign of commercial decline? It's a sign of the whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood. I don't know about that. Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you. We're like a kid who just wants to share all the connections we made. The whirling was once the East Delta pinball machine or arcade, which failed. Though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man, that's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost. He steadies his voice. You must really care about this place since you've worked here for so long. Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. Aha, so you finally admit it. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion. Alright, who owns this hotel? Some real estate management company. They never come through here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. It's just, it's just part of how these things work, right? Who named it Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you, Gart? It was you? You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. Ooh, a song? Hail, Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags. You're vast and you're sad. Good pick, Lieutenant nods. All right, well, good luck. It sounds like part of a Doom district. You're not wrong. Luck has got nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Against the Doom, it's implied. So if you don't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? We're not going to snitch on Classe, but we will say there's a peephole in her wall. He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Classe's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. The color has drained from his face. Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Absolutely not. He breathes in and out. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me, it wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was. Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that. Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job, and mine. See that it's covered. Yes, I absolutely will. He calms his breathing. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day, and now a hole in the wall. All right, we'll let you know. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there anything else? I don't think so. All right. Farewell. All right, let's see if the Hardy Boys are still here. Let's see what they have to say about all this interesting new info we've uncovered. We are absolutely going to save before this. Okay.
It's you again. What is it?
This might get spicy. Classe says she wasn't raped. Fuck. The big man's eyes and veins bulge. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted. For the record, Elizabeth steps in forcefully. Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Elizabeth is like the lawyer for these enforcers here. Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He turns back to you. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea. She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you. Yes, she's crazy, you know, the rat-faced man says carefully. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up. This is a diversion. Stay on track. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth. Lawman, he says through clenched teeth, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. His hands become fists. Uh-oh. And you went and pushed her. Something breaks in him. He takes a step closer and says, I am going to fucking hit you. Duck. Titus Hardy. Elizabeth's voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? Man, you can feel the tension in the air. You can cut it with a knife. When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Look, Copper. The tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. We know the dead fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Well, that would have been useful to give us beforehand. Show it to him, T. He turns to Titus, who's still breathing heavily. What's the harm, right? Here, jerkwad. He slips an audio tape on the table. Listen to this shit and then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man. This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. You don't care about evidence? His eye twitches. The fuck are you a cop for then? Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They're fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about. There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind. Okay. We have a tape player. He pushes a little tape towards you with his giant hand. Compliments of Titus Hardy. Fine, I'll listen to it. You do that, he says, adjusting his belt buckle. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Okay. So we've right. So we were internalizing the thought to become a part of the homosexual underground. So that is finally completed, percolating in our brain. So let's give it a listen.
Homosexual underground. Maybe you should stop obsessing about your own and other people's sexuality. Feels like it's about time to do that. You thought about this for 8 hours? Not only should you stop, you should tell Kim you've stopped obsessing about other people's sexuality too. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Unless you already got him killed because you were obsessing about your sexuality. There's no way of telling from within your brain. But for your own sake, please say you didn't.
Okay. So there are no stat benefits or penalties to completing this thought. We have simply stopped obsessing about sexuality. So next skill point we get, we are going to drop this for something more interesting. Haven't unlocked too many new ones lately, but that's okay. All right, let's take a look at this tape. Suspecting a coerced and illegitimate confession. Perhaps. Requires a boombox to play. What about... Those stat talent things? Wild? Yeah. So... This is our character sheet. These are all the facets of our personality. We can level up each one of these. You know, every time we level up, we get a point. But instead of putting a point into our stats, we can instead internalize a thought. And a thought usually gives some kind of modifier to your stats. While you are thinking the thought, it gives you a stat change, and then once you have finished thinking the thought, the stat changes again. This one had no stat changes, but you know, this one gives us +2 hand-eye coordination. This one gives us +1 reaction speed. You know, it's that kind of thing. And you can also use a skill point to unthink the thought and you know, internalize a new one. So that's how it works. It's very unique. I love it. Very wacky game. Okay, so we need a boombox. I feel like we've seen maybe 2. We might have to come back tomorrow morning and do this. So maybe, yeah, we'll do that. We'll listen to the tape tomorrow because we have 2 meetings. We have to get our gun back and we have to meet with communists. So let's figure out how to do that. Confront the pigs and get your gun back. Someone's been running around pretending to be a police officer. You must meet her near the old fish market at 2200 and get your service weapon back. Just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. Okay. All right, let's I think we can fast travel there. Yeah, that's probably here. Comrades, yes. Apparently no time passes when you fast travel, which is interesting. Oh, why is this highlighted? The store is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Okay. Oh wait, what is this? What is this? What is this? I wasn't there before. Or it probably was and I just missed it, but... Oh! A primer for small kids. Alright, well... Books let us pass time, and I think we're going to need to pass time here soon, so... we're looking for the fish market, I think? Honestly, not sure. Okay, what are you? The beams are splintered. Artillery broke it. You're the reason my childhood books went missing. It's true, Chaz. I was a voracious reader, so I stole all of them. I'm sorry. And yet not sorry. Meet near the old fish market. Just walk past the fishing village and... Oh, until you see the boardwalk. Okay, got it. So, let's pass some time. Primer for small kids. A textbook for the first grade in primary school. On the cover, a humanoid teddy bear is pushing a wheelbarrow full of letters. He's not doing a good job. The letter S is dangerously dangling from the cart, while E fell off a long time ago. Children should pay more attention. Right. You hold in your hand the colorful primer. Title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved. Exactly what I need. This book will show you the score, get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life. On what? The alphabet. Hell yes. Alright, let's flip through these pages. Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet, with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows. Hell yeah, let's do this. A is for azimuth, B is for Boreas, C is for cosine, D is for diamant, E is for ellipse, F is for phlogiston, G is for gamut. Look, our character doesn't know a lot of things, Chaz, so let's not shame him, okay? H is for homeboy, I is for icon, J is for Jura, K is for collapse, L is for laudanum, M is for myriad, N is for nadir, O is for Oriole, P is for perihelion. I love the word perihelion. It's one of my favorites. Hell yeah. Q is for quasar, R is for rhododendron, S is for sinus, T is for tricolor, U is for ultra, V is for vector, W is for war height, X is for xylophone, Y is for Yastava, Z is for zenith. I mean, I heard the standards for becoming a cop have gone, but damn. That's it. You know the alphabet now. In what is called the IL, the international language developed by scientists from Grad in the 20s, sinus means sign, for example. Kim, I know the alphabet now. Good. I also know the alphabet. Oh, did I? Yeah. I think I see blue, and I associate that color with you, Chaz. I don't know why. That's an interesting mystery. All right, let's look for these so-called pigs who are rolling around with our gun, apparently. Yes. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol. Oh, right, there's this car here. We crashed our car, we discovered at some point, so... Well, it's my favorite color. I just let Twitch give me whatever random color it decides. Yeah, and I've certainly, like, been in chats before where, like, the streamer misses stuff because, like, 2 or 3 people just have the same color chat and, like, they just don't realize it. If only we could see more colors more clearly, you know? So we're supposed to go until we see the boardwalk. I mean, this looks promising. That's the church. Oh, hello. Wow. That is a very brightly colored person. Let's quick save. Because they have our gun, apparently, so we don't want to get shot by it.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aged woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone. Wow, look at this thing she's wearing. And she's called the pigs. I mean, that's got to be deliberate, right?
Show me your hands.
Cops play.
This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now. Show me your hands. Right now.
Oh, shit.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Whoa, all right. Let's raise our hands. Oh shit, I don't want this to happen. All right.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket.
Fear under threat! Fear under threat! Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground! Get on the goddamn ground!
Ma'am, we just want to talk.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
I think she just told us to go fuck ourselves. Is how I'm gonna choose to interpret that.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing. You'll have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do. We have we have a 28% chance if we go for the gun right now. Yeah, Kim, don't do anything like draw a gun, right? I didn't want to say it, but yes, exactly. She had a very drawn out way of saying that. I mean, I'm all for absurdly wordy, sentences, so it's fine. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon. Officer in need of assistance. Suspect at large. Get on the ground. Ma'am, please. The lieutenant is trying to maintain eye contact. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon. Wow, we can just say, blow her away, Lieutenant. Let's just talk, all right? Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Her head snaps at you. Big red key, big red key. What the fuck? Big red key? That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this. Okay. Please identify yourself, ma'am. It's the goddamn police shitbag. Hug the pavement. You're under arrest. As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampules and packets sticking out the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs? She's like the worst person to have gotten your gun. You are absolutely correct. Are you on drugs? Confiscated contraband. The megaphone makes her voice almost painfully metallic. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised. I don't think she's on drugs, the lieutenant whispers. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here. You're not the police. We are the police. Back up? Ah. She lowers the megaphone halfway, but immediately raises it again and screams, back up, status unconfirmed. Okay. Shit. What is the rat squad? What is the rat squad? We were told what the rat squad is. Damn it. All right, chat. Do we go with number 1? Or do we go with number 2? The kind of, official, we're from the police. Of course we're good. All right, I'm going to put it up for a vote. And you all can vote. I don't remember what rat squad meant. I can't remember if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Somebody's got to break this fucking tie. Damn it. Okay, all right. We're going to roll dice. I'm going Rat Squad because I'm curious. All right, we're going to roll a 2-sided dice. Gets a 2. Everyone liked that. All right. We're going to do it official. No, the crazy woman mumbles, shaking her head. No, no, no. I thought Mr. Morand. Gareth. Suddenly she raises the megaphone and screams, aggravated assault, man down, officers in pursuit. There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here. What's the situation? The lieutenant hesitates, addressing the woman. Officer? Law enforcement compromised, she screams in the megaphone. Red and blue lights illuminate the spit flying everywhere. Impersonating a police officer. Does she not believe you two are actually police officers? What if she's right and I actually am an imposter? Now, the lieutenant takes a deep breath and steadies his voice. Is not the time. The civilian force, well, we're a member of the, you're talking about the volunteer force, like the RCM, the Revachol Citizens Militia, I think. I think that's what you're referring to. But yeah, that's who we're a member of. That's Kim's people. Yes, correct. And we think we're a cop too. I noticed that we luckily are wearing a cop insignia on our jacket here. So is Kim. I don't remember what the Rat Squad was. That was a while ago. We were told what that was. Look, we really are cops. Look, white rectangles. License and registration. She repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head. Aw, then screams in the bloody mouthpiece. License and registration. Come in, dispatch. Sector, azimuth. It's not a code, just disjointed words. Alright, let's leave and try to boost our hand-eye coordination. Oh no. We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. We need to solve this. Oh shit. Alright. This sucks. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her on his sights. Host almighty, don't count on that. You saw the binocular can't shoot for shit. Spout some of that alphabet you learned at her. All right, we have 3 options. We can say, no, I know myself. I know I'm going to fail. Or we can say, gun, I'm coming. Or we can back away, apparently. You all decide, please. I haven't been this tense at any point in this game up to now. In this playthrough, anyway. Oh. I see y'all are as paralyzed by indecision as I am. Okay. Yeah, should I put it up again? Or you can just tell me. Because I still don't know what to go for. I'm waffling between number 1 and number 3, personally. Well, we already failed the check. That's the thing. It already rolled the dice. So we are now in the failure state. He doubts his own ability? Don't do it then. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Chaz. We rolled the dice. The check failed, so this is where we're at now. All right, I think I'm gonna go for number 1. I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail. Sure, you're you. But how do we end this? She's not just going to let you leave. Oh, no. Okay. All right, no gun is worth this risk. Let's slowly back away. Confined quarters, assailant coming at me. Split-second decision, fire at will. Oh my god! In your peripheral vision, the lieutenant releases the half-squeezed trigger. Yeah, right, Chaz? Right, Karen? Shit. Oh, all right, hold on. God, the lieutenant exhales loudly and uses his offhand to wipe his forehead. I almost blew her head off. What is this? The lieutenant looks at the treacherous weapon. This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Oh my god, she fired. She pulled the fucking trigger. It's just... It's unarmed. Oh my god. The gun lands on the wooden planks, and tears run down her scratched cheeks. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this? Oh. Well, okay. So, all right. quick reminder. The reason we don't have our gun is because apparently in our drunken state, we sold it to the pawn shop. And then she bought it from the pawn shop, is what we were told. But why is she asking, why did you sell me this? Grab the gun right now. This might be your only chance. Yeah, we're going to pick up the gun. No one ever cares anymore. Her voice is growing fainter as she rocks back and forth, slowly. Why would they cheat me like this? I sold it direct, yeah. This limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is grinding to a halt. Tired of walking the desert, it doesn't want to feel or think anymore. Poor woman. The lieutenant holsters his pistol. We need to figure out what to do with her now. Nobody's ever around, the old woman mumbles, staring blank at the boardwalk. Nobody ever comes to visit me. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there. What do you think is happening to her? Yeah, it did. She's in a stupor, the lieutenant replies, inspecting the catatonic woman standing in the dark. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. But why was she like this in the first place? Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. He lowers his voice. Dementia and Channel 8. And loneliness. You're probably right. Loneliness. Looks like a bad case. He gives the woman a compassionate look. But the question is, what to do with her right now? Well, should we just arrest her? I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family. Well, I was really hoping to give her one of those station call slips. Oh, that's... So in this world, when they arrest somebody, they don't take them in. They give you a ticket, and you have to come in later. And we've been told that apparently this works like the vast majority of the time. It's very, very weird detail. I think I might actually tell Titus about it. Reason being that the Union in Sri Lanka, they've been putting orphans in jails to keep them safe. Might be a similar situation here. Ugh. I don't like the sound of that. I'm thinking of telling the Union people about it because they are functionally the people who run things around here. Like yeah, we're the RCM and we showed up, but like we're not like a recognized authority basically. And like maybe I don't know, maybe that'll give us some maybe Titus won't hate us quite as much. I don't know. All right. We can ask him once we get back to the whirling, but we have to hurry because it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done. As you turn to leave, the faintest of voices comes from the woman. Please leave the radio on, she mutters. It seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence. Reflex to what? Being left alone? She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashers now. Maybe if you search her once more? Okay, we can do that. It's not ideal at all, but this woman needs a place to stay, a warm bed, and a meal at least. Well, do you mean... I'm just asking about the Sri Lanka thing. Like, is this like a temporary thing, like orphans, like when they find them on the street, or is this like long-term care? That's what I was concerned about. Like, if orphans are just put in jail, like long-term. Apparently, we can search this woman. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. One of those things? A police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do. It's temporary but regular. It's not a great solution, but there's also no orphanages. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Let's pick up the cap. She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
Maybe. Probably. You know me. It's your hat. The lieutenant nods. Shake her shoulder? The old woman doesn't react to your touch. My uncle is helping raise funds to create accommodation for them. Oh, interesting. Like what? By accommodation, do you mean like an orphanage of some kind, or like foster care or something? I don't like. Should we confiscate the narcotics? Like, would that be good for her not to have? Yeah, let's take them. You take the vial of Perhalidon and the bottle of speed, as evidence, obviously. She didn't consume them. Excuse me. She didn't look high. She confiscated them, a little like you are doing now. The lieutenant coughs. You're taking those, are you? Listen to him, for once. I don't know. I don't know if it was our stash. All right, fine. You take them then. Thank you. He pockets the drugs. I'm doing this to help you. We need to focus on the case. All right. Thanks, Kim. Oh, like an orphanage or somewhere safe. Got it. Got it. Okay. Let's run back to the Whirling in Rags. Can we fast travel there? No, not yet. I think we got to walk back. I think if we can just walk in front of the church, then we can fast travel back to the Whirling in Rags. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if the Hardy Boys are still in. I haven't delved too much into our character's prior drug habits, so I don't know if he had a stash or not. But you could be right. All right.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, there's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help. The big man laughs, nearly spitting out his beer. What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now? I'm going to say he probably did, and that's why Kim is taking it. I don't disagree with that theory. You're local law enforcement, aren't you? The lieutenant looks Titus in the eye. Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction. Yeah, we'll send someone out. Who is... Wait, it's the pigs, isn't it? Oh, he knows her. Yep. He pushes up his cap. God, poor lady. Don't worry, we'll handle this. I think she's got some family in Coron or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints. Hey, Eugene interjects. Wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her. I don't know, finding something? Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, pig? She had my gun. You're fucking with me. The big man slams his beer onto the table. Your gun! She had your fucking gun. Sure did, boss. The rat man's face is twisted with a smile. Heard him loud and clear. The pigs lost his gun to the pigs. Ah. Okay. The big man stares at you, still stunned. Too stunned to even drink his beer. Well, he says after a moment, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions... He waves in circles, searching for words. What's her name? Her real name? He takes off his cap and scratches his head. Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante? Marianne, amigo, he says, pouring himself another drink. Marianne LaPlante. Big guy nods, drinking his toast. Anything else you wanted to know? Well, who was she? Was? Like before? Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit, never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little bit off, though. But still. Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. How did she get like this? Get wanting to be a cop, you mean? Well, He furrows his brow in thought. Shit, I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig? No fucking clue, the tattooed man shouts. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? Someone who wanted to set the world right before it ends. Ever think of that? He blinks. No, I didn't, because I'm not fucking stupid, Polizante. Yeah, Cobb, that's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. The pigs level weird. But whatever gets you through the day. Well, where'd she get all her cop stuff? Dunno, Titus says, shrugging. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach. Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it. I wonder if she needed help or knew people who did, but they didn't get help. So she became the cops. That's an awesome speculation. I really like that idea. No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys? Sure enough, Eugene raises his glass. We're the real heroes on these streets. Okay. All right. Well, we made some excellent progress tonight. I think we're going to call it there. But yeah, holy smokes. We learned quite a bit. And we're going to get a raid going here. But hey, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Lady, if you're still here, thank you so much for the raid. Thanks, everybody, for watching, lurking. I saw we got some follows tonight. Thank you so much. I don't call people out for follows because I know I get a little anxious hitting the follow button sometimes, so I don't want other people to feel anxious as well. Chaz, Karen, thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah. PTSD thing, something like that. Yeah, I could absolutely see that. All right. Let me see who's on tonight. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna send you over to P-Mel tonight. P-Mel 93. He's playing Slay the Spire. Looks like he's Oh, no. Now he's playing The Long Dark. Okay, cool. He's a great streamer, very positive, chill person. I lurk in his stream a lot, so we're gonna send you on over his way. So yeah, let me switch over here. So yeah, I will be back on Sunday, Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, and we will continue with Disco Elysium, and we'll probably go for a few hours and see what kind of progress we can make. Hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. Let me make sure I got this going here, and I will see you all very soon, I hope. Take care, and good luck out there.